Sariel season and giveaway season as well. So if you guys haven't gotten the message, I'm hosting a giveaway for all of these stuff right here. You can click on the most recent picture that I posted and follow the instructions and have a chance to win all of these lovely items. All of this yaso. Everything yaso I'll give away. So we have a sorrel fruit spread, we have a fruit cake spread, and we have a cheesecake spread. And of course, can't have Christmas without sorrel, right? For now, it is only for locals. Yes, it will be delivered to you if you are the winner. Ask Pastor Kirk. Yes, kind of like that. But I didn't like the name Pastor Kirk. I think Dr. Kirk sounded better. That's why I chose Dr. Kirk. And I make sure I put the quotations so nobody mistakes me for an actual doctor or therapist. No, I am not an actual doctor, people. But if you want to call in and ask a relationship question, or, if you have relationship problems, I'll do my best to give you advice on it. Take all advice with a little pinch of salt, though. I'll tell you that much. Both problems too. Yeah, I'll take them. I'll take all the questions. Ask Dr. Kirk. Yes. I like that. That's actually pretty catchy. I like it. How does one handle a partner who's still heading from healing from a previous relationship? Give them time. I mean, ideally, they shouldn't be dating until they're fully healed, from the emotional damage and all of that stuff. But if you're with them and they haven't fully healed as yet, give them time, be patient, make sure that they're continuously working on themselves, on improving and healing themselves, and you as well, of course. But yeah, help them. If they need professional help, take them to a therapist, because sometimes regular people like us can't help them. Sometimes they need medication, sometimes they just need time, sometimes, depends on the situation and what hurt them in the first place, Play matchmaker for you? That is very... Hold on there. I know that picture. Jody, behave yourself. Behave yourself. We'll play matchmaker for you. Hold on, I can do that now. Yes, let me give away Jody. Since I'm doing a giveaway, let me just give away Jody right now. What the man them there? The single man them. Raise your hand if you're a single man. You asked for this, Jody. You asked for this, and I shall oblige. All right, so one single man here. All right, so you must be 6'2" to qualify. That's the first thing. Yeah. So the hands them going up. Me a short man, so me can't help you, Jody. Not personally, but me can give away. So we move from giving away food products to giving away a whole woman. A whole woman. She looks very good. I'll tell you that much. She is a model. Me not give away no fenke around here, When me I give away things, I'll be up top things me I give away. An up top gal. I'll up top man too. So if no man want to get give away, enough ladies in the chat. A lot of ladies in the chat. A lot of gentlemen in the chat. Apparently tonight is giveaway night. Yes, good quality things only. Because she is a very tall young lady. And, do this every time you talk to her. I'll be like, yo, baby, how was it there? I love you, Come here. Me tip on me toe and kiss you. No, if the man only wants sex and nothing more, then you are not his girlfriend potential, in a sense, or wife potential. Men wanting sex is kind of like a norm. But if they don't want anything more than sex, then there is this thing that guys have. You know how girls or women have friend zones? Guys have this thing called fuck zones, right? Where they only want sex from the girl and nothing more. They don't want a relationship or anything. So, yeah, there's that. Because if he saw you for, somebody he would take seriously, then he would want more than just sex. It's sad, yes, it's sad, but it is how it is. It is the world that we live in. Most men nowadays don't want to commit because it's very difficult for them to commit to what's happening in the dating market. Ooh, I have a caller. Let's go.
Hello.
Hello, good night.
Woo. Hold on, I had to put on my spectacles. Hello.
Hello, good night. Thank you for calling Dr. Kirk. How does your relationship hurt?
Oh, this is a show now? I didn't know you had a show. I always watch your videos. I'm from Belize,
Oh, nice. Welcome.
but I'm living in Chicago. So I'm in the US, so could help with Green Cat.
Noted, noted.
I do with the process, not the marry part. With the
But that
process.
doesn't help much.
But you have a show then? You have a show where you do like relationship advice?
Yes, it's called Dr. Kirk.
Well, I
Doc-
late because
Doctor in quotations.
I follow you a lot of time, like I for a long time, but I never see you on a show with. All right, I can ask a relationship question.
Yes,
So, so I'm nervous. My bad.
it's okay.
You know, like a celebrity. You know this, right?
A little bit, just a little bit.
How much people try find your shop?
A lot.
You not post it on here at all, right?
No, I don't give my location out.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So, all right. I'm just curious about that.
Mhm.
Because that good for business because fans would just come buying groceries at your store,
Yeah,
and
but there's
then
also crazy people.
true. All right, never mind. Not give your
Mhm.
location. Be smart. um. So there's this theory out there that
Mhm.
if you get married at a younger age,
Mhm.
and you're with your partner and you guys married from 18, 20, however young,
Mhm.
you won't have to deal with damaged people, like people
With less
relate.
trauma.
Yeah, so like people that get married when they're younger, they get to grow together, they get to um be together, be committed to each other, as
Mhm.
opposed to like people that get together at age 30 and they had their whole phase and all of this
Mhm.
bam jam, thank you mom type deal things. um and then at 30 you're this, I wouldn't want to say loose because women not get loose, but then just kind of
We're good. Very controversial here. Let's go. I like it.
no,
Spicy.
oh man, I um no, like they just in their mind the first time something come up with like problems or
Mhm.
some kind of conflict happen in the
Mhm.
marriage, oh, we are get divorced. Like
Mhm.
the for the younger couples, they are right, they done used to each other, they done in that committed sense,
Yeah.
and if they broke up, that their business. That, but what's your
Yeah.
advice to the people now? And a very heavy question.
Mhm.
What's your advice to the people trying to date with, there's some trauma, there's some damaged people coming into the dating world, trying to get married and trying to find the one, right?
We're talking.
Um,
All right. Here's the thing, because it's slightly different when it comes to a man and a woman,
yeah,
right? So, whose perspective are we speaking for first? I'll address both of them if you want, but
yeah, both if you could, because you have an audience to watch.
mhm.
So yeah, both if you don't mind.
For the man, it doesn't really matter that much how early you get married, right? That's the first thing, because I don't think, well, unless you're Asian. My parents have been pressuring me to get married since I was 17. There, there's a lot more pressure on men to get like financially stable, make something of themselves, a whole lot of stuff like that. And the thing with that is, it takes time for a man to build himself up financially, to be able to provide for his family, to have a stable income, to take care of his children, all these things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it would be better for men financially and all of that to get married a little bit later on in life, right? So comparing the two, for example, if I got married at 18, right? I don't have much financial foundation at 18 or even 24. Let's say I just graduated university and got married.
Yeah.
Firstly, a lot of people graduate with student loan debt. That's the first thing,
Yeah.
right? So there is no way I would recommend to someone get married while you're in debt. That's horrible, especially for the guy, because he has to be the provider of the family, right? Unless
Yeah.
you marry some rich woman that's gonna be the provider in that case. I mean, that it can happen. I'm just saying it can happen, but ideally, from my perspective, I think it's better that the guy focuses on himself financially and builds himself up, right? So that he can better support himself, his wife, and possible children. That's the first thing.
But if he's waiting,
Mm-hmm.
like if he's waiting through that process, he gets distracted. There's
Mm-hmm.
like, pum pum what they wrong this flinging at his face. I know, he get distracted and then he get sidetracked and then he never been ready for marriage.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. No, because sure he can get distracted, but as I mentioned earlier, there's when a guy likes a woman like more than just wanting to have sex with her, he'll commit. And there are certain women that you come across where you're like, okay, I like her more than for just sex. I like her for more than just being my girlfriend. I want her as my wife, right? You come across these women and you're like, oh, let's see if this can work. Once you've, made them jump through all the checks and bounds and all that stuff that you want, make sure she's mentally stable. You guys have similar goals as a relationship, all of those things, right? Make sure that you're compatible.
I could ask you a question. How old are you?
I'm 34.
Okay. But like the kind of maturity you're talking about is within a man older than that. Like I don't
No,
see that level
I'm
of
speaking for myself
maturity.
right now. I'm
I
34. And I don't see myself dating unless it's for marriage in a sense, right?
okay.
If I'm, all right, we're going to talk hypothetically because I don't want to disclose my relationship status. If I'm with a woman, right, and we're dating, let's say we're talking for a few months or whatever, right? If I come across any red flags that can't be corrected, meaning like we're not compatible long term, for example, I want children and she doesn't want children, right? That's a big red flag for me. I'm done dating no matter how much I like that woman. I'm done dating her because I ideally want a family.
Yeah.
Right. And if she doesn't want a family, I'm not going to fight her and argue with her to try to get what I want. I'm going to go to another woman to get what I want.
Okay.
Right. So
That's
if we're
fair.
compatible, right. So compatibility is a heck of a thing, right? So there's that. Then now that's basically it for the man's perspective. For the woman's perspective, if she has similar goals like me, which is like to have a family, younger is better. Why? Because childbearing gets very complicated medically once you get up in age, right? It's not only more difficult to get pregnant, it is also risky.
Yeah, there's health risks.
It's riskier. That's what a lot of women don't understand. Sure, you can still have a child in your late 30s or early 40s. Sure, you can do it, but what are you putting yourself at risk with?
Yeah.
Right? It's a whole lot more taxing on your body to give birth at a later age. Right? I've seen this with my mom after she had my sister, who's the third child. She couldn't fully recover properly. She instantly looked 10 years older after having my sister and in the recovery process of like breastfeeding, taking care of the child, waking up late at nights to feed them, change them and all of that.
Mm.
That's very taxing on the body. And for women, I think it's better that they take on having children earlier, if possible, with the right man and a good man, rather than to wait later.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you 1,000%. I haven't had a child yet
Hmm.
because I haven't found the father of my child. And
Yes.
people ask me, I say that all the time. I haven't found the father of my child because,
Hmm.
I could have gotten pregnant a long time ago.
Sex
It's
is easy. Relationship is hard.
Yeah, but I wanted someone to be the father, like who I could see being the father of my children.
Yes.
So, I'm here 30, childless, looking for the
Hmm.
father of my children.
Hmm.
So, I mean, yeah. I like your perspectives, Kirk. I always, I agree with you.
I'm a very straightforward person.
Yeah. And I think it's cool that you try, like your different videos, you have videos of all different kinds and
Yeah.
arrays, then very variety filled.
Yeah.
But the ones that I love watch are the ones with you and the kids there. You try to teach the kids at least something.
Yeah. She always comes in my store and gives me trouble. So I try
Mm-hmm.
to settle her down. I try to settle her down by, teaching her stuff and giving her brain some activity instead of like just running up and down my store, really.
That's
And the thing
cool.
is, she always gives trouble because every time I ask her something, she knows the answers to the questions that I'm asking her, but she always pretends that she doesn't know. And then she intentionally gives me the wrong answers. I'm like, why are you stressing me?
She Yeah, she's trying to get a reaction out of you for sure.
She's very mischievous like that.
Well,
But yeah, that's my perspective on the man and woman dynamic in terms of like when they should get married. It's very, I guess, traditional based,
mm-hmm.
right? Because ideally the man is going to be the provider, the woman the nurturer, and all of that. I believe in traditional values. Okay, so that's where I would always draw my inspiration from when I'm thinking about relationships and stuff like that.
Yeah. It's very different in the US. Like
Hmm.
I like I was born and raised in the Caribbean until the age of 23. So like the values of the Caribbean are within me and you can't
Hmm.
take that away.
Hmm.
But here it's like just so different. Like every I
America is crazy right now when it comes to dating. America is crazy. Because
I
the things I'm hearing, like from Americans, the things I'm hearing is like horrible.
like what? What's
It's horrible. Like, all right, for example, a lot of women nowadays, they don't really care about like settling down at an early age, as I mentioned, right? They're more focused on their career, just having fun, not really committing to anyone or anything like that. It's very flaky. They have ridiculous standards. Have you heard of 666 when it comes to women's standards?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, six figures, 6 foot, six plus inches, six pack, all of that. They want all the sixes. That's ridiculous.
Any anybody that seen me on a live before, and I've mentioned this before many times, a woman's canal downstairs of pleasure, you only need to reach 3 inches down there. That's it. That's all a woman needs. And then you need some little, like that little tip where you call the I don't know how vulgar your show could get. I don't really want to take it there, but
Yeah.
there's a little tip that you have to just tickle and you're good. I mean, you don't need all of that six.
We're talking about the G spot.
No, we're talking about the clit.
We're talking, yeah, okay, that's fine as well.
So you stimulate the clitoris, and then you only need the 3 inches. That's you.
Some require more because every woman is different down there. Some are more stimulated through clitoral pleasure, some are more stimulated through G spot, some are more stimulated to deep penetration, some like when their cervix gets destroyed, some don't, all kinds of
Okay,
stuff.
Okay. Yeah, but I just said women out there, to the men out there, women are not
Mhm.
looking for any huge destroyer, destruction. I'm sorry, I
Some
have
women,
denied
some women, some.
most women not to look for nothing for destroy nothing. We
Not
just,
according to dancehall culture and what I'm hearing from Americans.
I mean Americans not have good taste, sorry.
Mm. Have you heard Spice new song, Tape Measure?
Of course, that's not my song right now. Oh, I just meant to play that last night. No, but
Oh,
she cool. Spice cool. But
yeah.
I don't really tape measure. I don't know. I feel like that's so. I don't know. It wrong for try pressure man for have something when it not have.
Yeah,
I,
because it's something that they can't control. That's one of the things as well. Which
yeah.
is like to put that standard on all men is ridiculous. Especially the height thing as well. To be like over 6 foot. Like how much of the Earth's population is over 6 foot men? Not
I don't.
much.
When I want the man then do have knee surgery or ankle surgery or
Oh, the leg extension.
yeah, I don't know where though.
It's
Start to
it's
play
crazy.
basketball. I don't know.
It's crazy. The leg extensions, I've seen them. And
What?
at one point I looked at like the x-rays of them. I was like, what the heck is this? Why would you do that? That looks painful as shit.
Or like a real thing.
Yeah, it's a real thing. It's a real thing. People grow like about 5 to 6 inches more after leg extension surgery.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Hmm.
never know about that.
But yeah, that's the reality of like having very, what do you call them, superficial standards.
Yeah.
Those men are just trying to appease the women.
Yeah. And I mean a lot of women getting like somebody put BBL down
Hmm.
there.
Yeah,
I mean at that point I don't know who the women they try to impress with that. And you
we're
know,
talking like BBL is what, the big butt surgery.
man, I don't know. The one where you make the thing look like a P. You make your butt look like your legs now on a straight line and then the butt now a P.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what a BBL to me means.
Yeah, I think you're
Um,
correct. I think you're correct.
because your thighs and your legs they don't match the butt where you have. So I just know. I
Brazilian
don't.
butt lift. Yes, that's what it means. Awesome.
Oh
But yeah, I think, well, if that's what they want, they can always do squats. I'm always for the healthy way of developing your body all the time. All the time.
yeah,
Squats and lunges, ladies. Squats and lunges. That's all you need. You don't need to pay how much money to get a BBL.
yeah. There's pressure all around for both people, both sides, both genders,
Hmm.
and I mean the best thing you could say is we all have struggles, we all have insecurities, but just try find that person that understands you and
Accepts you for who you are.
yep,
Yeah, I
yeah.
agree. I agree.
But thank you so much for having me. I want to
No
give
problem.
somebody else the floor.
All right. It was my pleasure.
Good night.
Good night. We have one.
Oh,
Awesome.
oh,
Hello.
hello. How you
Good
doing?
night. I'm all right. Thank you for calling Dr. Kirk. How does your relationship hurt?
My relationship actually does not hurt, but I'd like
That's
to talk
great.
about it nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
I started dating this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we knew each other. Well, we were not, let's not say knew each other. We were around each other at the age of like 11 and 12 when I
Oh,
first
you
came to
basically work
America.
together.
So, no, grew up around each other, same
Okay. Cool.
neighborhood when I moved to America. So I'm originally from Trinidad and Tobago.
Mm-hmm.
I came to America at a young age. And we went to school. We went to in America it's known as junior high. So this
Okay.
is before high school. like younger grades.
Yeah.
So we went to school around that. So we know would like see each other recess and stuff like that. Never really got to having conversations. At that time, I was just trying to fit in, just learning my American accent and stuff because the kids in America are so mean. They'll make fun of you for like the slightest anything that's just not what they're used to, you
Yeah,
know?
I've heard.
Oh boy. So I have my American accent down pack now. Oops. But I just, I guess I became shallow as well, not sticking to what I've learned at a young age in Trinidad and stuff. You don't judge people because some people might not have and things of that nature. So we reconnected as adults. So the beginning of last year. So it's almost a year now since we have been dating and it's
Nice.
been going very well, like no complaints. I can't like if we have a disagreement, we are able to, communicate and sit down and talk it out and stuff like that.
I love that. I love that.
It's really been a great relationship. However, like you guys were just talking about, eggs and ladies clocks ticking and stuff. So I don't want to give up my full age. So I'm basically late 20s to early 30s. Let's go with that.
Okay. No problem.
And I'm like, okay, our relationship is going well. It doesn't take, doesn't take long to know if you really want to be with somebody. And obviously, he does want to be with me. He talks about, wanting to marry me and stuff. So I'm just like one of those people that don't like surprises. There are people like that out there. Don't surprise me.
So you want to
Let me
know
know.
when he's going to propose?
Yes, Kirk. Yes, Kirk. I want to know when, where. I want to know how to do my nails. I want to know when to do my hair. I don't always twist up this, the retwist is not always, it's not always. And I'm just wondering if I am asking too much.
No, I don't think you're asking too much. If the relationship is going great and everything,
Great.
right? If you both are in love and you're compatible and everything, then the next logical step should be marriage, right?
Mm-hmm.
But to get that done, there's a lot of things that need to be in place first. You guys need to have a plan,
Mm-hmm.
right? For example, where are you going to live?
Well, that's the thing. So I'm not I heard you talk about traditional and,
Mhm.
men have to provide. I am not that person. I'm not that woman. I am a wheeler. I speak of my heritage, like my family, hardworking,
Mhm.
hardworking.
Mhm.
You cannot pay me to sit down. You
That's my
understand?
mom. That's my mom as well.
You can't pay me to sit down. So I love my man, but I don't need him to put me in a house and have me sit down. I need to work. Because I
Okay.
feel like the moment I sit down and decide to be a housewife is when I die. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like as soon as I sit down and I'm unable to work, not
Mhm.
by my choice,
Mhm.
I'm gonna wither away and dust. So, Kirk is laughing. So I feel like we can do this together. It's a partnership. You ever heard about going Dutch? Like I've always been that girl from the time I've ever been dating. Like don't take me on a date and expect me to not take out my wallet. We're gonna pay half and half. If I pay
That-
half and you pay half, we still have
That's
half of the money in our pocket. You
I,
understand?
I respect that gesture, but for women like you, I will fight you to the death to pay for you.
Why? And that that would make me. I would feel so bad, and I probably would cave depending on how I feel about you.
Here's the thing. Like, the way I look at that, it's the gesture that means so much to me, right? Like, I I will always pay on a date. Okay? I have no problem with that. I will always pay on a date. But
Don't go to the bathroom
you see
because
the
it will be paid when
moment
you come back.
you see the moment that you try to pay for yourself or even for like the whole thing, if you have the audacity to, if you try and I see it and it's genuine, I will fight you to the death. I'll be like,
Oh
nope,
no.
I need to pay for this woman. This gesture is too kind of her. And this means a whole lot. I need to provide for this woman. That's how I treat it.
Yeah,
Right?
I
So, yeah,
guess.
the gesture is always
Oh,
appreciated, but I will fight you to the death. Like, you touch that purse, I will fight you to the death.
I'm discreet with it because I know it's like the men have like this. I don't want to say it's ego, but it's
Mhm.
low key ego, where you guys feel the need to have to do it.
Mhm.
Sometimes I feel like it's possible where a man's pocket may not reach there. And it's
Yeah,
not that it's
I
always
agree.
not there, but it just may not reach there today or,
Mhm.
this
Yeah,
weekend or whatever.
that's
And you
fine.
would still fight up and try. Like, you don't have to, especially if it's the person that you want to be with for a long time.
Yeah, that's
This
fine.
is who you want to be with forever.
If you tell me before the date that, hey, I'm gonna buy you food, I'll be like, oh, I'm thinking about it, but all right, fine, I'll allow it this time. You know,
Really?
right? But if you try and don't give me any prior warning, I will fight you.
Oh, no. That sucks. I
Yeah,
mean, it's been a little
I'm
rocky
fine.
as
I'm
far
fine
as
if you tell
dates
me
go.
prior.
Yeah, as far as dating in the beginning of our relationship, it's been a little rocky where I would want to go Dutch and stuff like that. And he'd be like, well, this was my date. So now it's
Mhm.
more like we would take turns to take each other on a date.
I
So
mean,
it's
if
sweeter
that's
that
probably his
way.
compromise for you. That's the
I
thing,
think
right?
so.
He's not doing that for himself. He's doing
Mm-mm.
that because he knows that you want to pay for yourself sometimes too,
I do.
right?
Because I work
Even though he doesn't like it, he'll give up that part of himself for you.
So then I should just wait and trust the process. This is something he actually said to me. I'm quoting him right now. He said, I'm going to marry you.
Hmm.
Wait and trust the process, which means it's going to be a surprise, and I think I'm gonna die.
Yeah, there's no way of you getting around that. There's no way of you getting around
Oh.
that, right? So all you have to do now is just keep the relationship steady, right?
No, I'm always just myself, 100%, just loony me all the time, and I'm just who he likes, just me. So
Yeah,
I
that's
don't. There's
good.
no way I don't think I could change that.
That's good. That's
Mm,
good. Make sure that you both are, building up each other,
yeah,
right?
we're
Constantly
some.
working on yourselves to be better people, healthier, all of that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Stronger connection with each other, going on dates because after like a year of dating, dates don't come around as often for some people.
Well, I'm also like one of those people that do like schedules. Like I'm crazy about writing down things and making like charts and stuff like that.
You're a planner.
So yeah. So we have Sundays. Sunday
Mm-hmm.
fun days. Sundays are always gonna be like our thing where we
Amazing.
spend like go on dates and stuff like that. Or whatever it is we want to do. If we don't even want to go outside, it would be like, let's just watch a movie, popcorn, whatever.
Yep.
Just make sure that that time is designated for each other.
And the
Because
effort is made.
yeah, because like I said, I have to work, so I
Yeah.
will be working every year. Like sometimes, I mean, not that I don't make effort to call and check on him and see how he's doing, but like I would be like nose deep in work and just be buried and gone. Like
Yeah.
I'll check
That's
in before the
understandable.
end of the night or like make sure we talk before we go to bed and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But as far as working goes, I think yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I get
one
you. I
question
get you.
before
Sure.
I go. Is it possible that I can work myself out of a relationship?
Yes.
What signs would be shown on a man as to him being tired of me always being like working, except for the designated time that I have set aside for us?
That that's not the right question to ask. What I mean by that is, all right, when you said how do you work yourself out of a relationship,
Hmm.
it's basically having the relationship deteriorate, right? So, for example, not communicating as much as you used to, not expressing your true feelings, harboring resentment, not doing things to build up each other and make your relationship stronger. For example, uh, me and one of my ex-girlfriends used to sit down from time to time and just have a one-on-one, right? We talk
Okay.
about what is working in our relationship and what is not working and what we don't like and what we do like, right? So you take all those things into consideration. You think about them and you discuss it with each other to see how you can better compromise for each other. So one example that I always give is the toilet seat. I am ruthless at leaving the toilet seat up.
I think it should stay up.
And then she would say it should go down because it doesn't look right and all of that stuff. Right. So that's one of the things that annoy her, that we would have like small little back and forths with, right? For example. So what I did was basically try a little bit more to leave the seat down or whatever. And then when she saw the toilet seat up, she'll try to put it down how she wants it and whatever. Right. So we learn to compromise for each other in that sense.
Okay.
Right?
No, I
So
truly am a believer of the seat being up because men will always forget to put it down. Not only that, but my reason for believing that it should stay up is because when it's always down, sometimes you don't see the pee stains under there if you clean it. And if it's always up, you can always see when it needs to be cleaned. Right?
That's true.
So
That's true.
you go to the bathroom, you're going to use it, put it down, you can put it back up. That's
Right.
fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. People always they have different preferences for that. So it's up to the couple and up to whoever owns the house and all that stuff.
Yeah. Okay, it was nice talking to you, Kirk. I watch all your videos.
Thank
Love
you.
them off.
Awesome.
It's great. You keep doing what you're doing, and I hope you end up mainstream in America because you deserve it. And you should get a Netflix show too.
Thank you. I have a Hulu show coming out on next year.
Hulu?
Yeah. I'm featured in one episode of a series. The series
Okay,
is
well.
called Black Cake.
Black Cake. I'm gonna check it out. I'm definitely
I
gonna
think
check it
airs
out.
Next year.
Okay, well, God spare my life. I'm gonna support you.
You'll
Keep
be
doing
there.
what you do.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye. Good night. Have a great night. Thank you for coming by. Please check out the giveaway on my Instagram post. I'll see you all another time. Take care.